US President Donald Trump has long threatened tariffs against Canada and Mexico, and now they're here. Trump's 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico went into effect on Tuesday, along with a heightened 20% levy on Chinese goods. In response, all countries have announced retaliatory measures. Experts stress that the consequences will fall on businesses and consumers. Companies big and small will face higher costs on goods they buy from other countries, and in turn, have few options beyond hiking prices for their customers. So that means we could soon see more expensive price tags on a range of different goods, from cars to food, to gas, alcohol, all kinds of things that have been traded between the US, China, Canada, and Mexico.
Will create hundreds of billions of dollars in economic activity and boost America's dominance in artificial intelligence and beyond.
Just for the basics, tariffs are taxes on goods that are imported from other countries. So they're generally charged as a percentage from what the buyer pays the foreign seller, and rates can really vary on the type of product and which country it comes from. So the importers, which are the companies buying these foreign goods, are the ones who are paying these tariffs, and that money goes back to their home government. But as a result, since businesses are facing these higher costs, they boost prices for what consumers pay. So this is why economists say that consumers are the ones who are footing the bill when tariffs are increased. More broadly, tariffs can also impact foreign economies by making products so expensive that they're harder to sell abroad, and so that's something that's also on the table here. We could see prices rise for a range of different goods going forward. That's like cars and gas prices at the pump to consumer electronics, food, and alcohol. And that really comes down to a lot of what the US companies buy from these other countries. So car companies, for example, have expansive supply chains that cross borders of the US, Canada, and Mexico. And also, in addition to buying auto parts made in China, so that could be disrupted by these new tariffs. US drivers could also face higher prices at the pump because Canada is America's biggest foreign supplier of crude oil. And then, meanwhile, tariffs in China could impact a variety of consumer goods, including cell phones, children's toys, clothing, computers that Americans buy every day. We also know that the US spends billions of dollars buying fruits and vegetables imported, particularly from Mexico and Canada. So shoppers could face additional sticker shock, in the grocery aisle, particularly from Mexico during these colder months, just because a lot of retailers, get their produce from Mexico. That's particularly avocados, bananas, strawberries, those kinds of things. The tariffs could also hike prices for alcohol made in other countries like tequila, mezcal, whiskey, and other spirits. Businesses are pretty limited when it comes to options for responding to tariffs, so most of the time that leads to heightened prices. But since a lot of companies have been anticipating this for a while, they were stockpiling on different goods, just to try to delay or lessen the blow to consumers. Of course, that's easier to do for certain goods than others, so perishables are among the kind of goods that experts are saying will probably be impacted most. The timing of when consumers are going to see prices go up for different goods is going to really vary.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.